Hello, welcome to the Minimalist EDC. My name's Chris, and today is another new knife day. So, I got this guy in the mail recently, along with the baby banter that I don't know which video is going to come out first, but I will have a baby banter video as well. Spoilers. I got this in the mail as part of that order. So, I got this for a couple reasons. One, I like the design. Two, I don't have a CJRB in my collection. I kind of wanted to check out their quality. And three, it's cool. So let's take a look. So this is the CJRB, CJRB, tongue twister, our forbidden salt packet, keeping things dry. The pouch looks nice. So the first thing I see in the presentation is they have a decent feeling pouch. Not that anyone cares about a pouch because you just throw them in a drawer. More forbidden salt. And here is our prize. And this is the CJRB Pyrite. Now this is the Knife Center exclusive edition, which is the one that interested me the most. So they come in two different variants, one with the thumb studs and one with a opening hole. But I don't have a button lock currently in my collection. The last one I had was the Malibu, and I ended up selling that a while back because it just wasn't sparking joy, I suppose. But this guy right here caught my interest, and let's take a look. Pretty nice, pretty smooth. And as soon as I flicked it out, my thumb immediately went right here to hit a liner lock. But that's not how you close this guy. So yeah, we have a button lock. It's pretty fluid. It could be better, and once we do the tear down maintenance video, it will be better because we will get everything lubed nice and good. But yeah, let's take a look. So first things first, let's talk about its size. And so this is a full-size kind of EDC-ish blade. A good comparison and comparisons that will be drawn is the Benchmade bug out. So people throw clone around a lot, but both of these are knife-shaped knives, and it's hard to just get around that fact. That's what they are. And so another one that people have is a Para 3. So there you go. It's pretty similar in size to most of what I consider a full-size EDC blade. And let's take a deeper look at how this thing will carry. So let me grab... Well, if I drop some stuff, you'll probably hear it on camera. Let's grab the Daisy Dukes here and take a look at what this looks like. So it has a stick style clip that is milled, but it is deep carry, but it's not ultra deep carry. So you are going to see a little bit poking out. You can see that lanyard hole along with, that may be by design for people who like lanyards to have the lanyard hanging out. I just do not care for a lanyard. In the front pocket, like that. And then in fifth pocket. So you could even fifth pocket carry this if your fifth pocket is as big as this pair of jeans. So pretty decent carry profile. So what do you get with this knife? This knife is a budget knife because it's under $75. I know people have different versions of what a budget knife is, but I usually, if it's under $75, I'm going to consider it in the budget world. You're getting budget versions of high-end features, it's kind of cool. So let's talk through them. So you're getting this burlap micarta scale on both sides. You're getting titanium bolsters. So with a premium knife, the entire piece right here would be titanium, and this would just be a part of it. So a good example of that is, so this is the Varga VBR. So it's a similar style of scale, right? Because you have the little division right here, and then you go from your scale material to the titanium. Except with the Varga, this whole piece is titanium, and it's just milled out to accommodate the scale. Whereas this, we end up with steel liners with basically a bolt-on piece of titanium for looks. It's more of aesthetics, really. It's not performing any real function. And that is stone washed, and then you have your your scale, where you can kind of see the difference here in a premium versus a high end, or budget versus premium. And so outwardly it appears to have the same look as a premium knife, but is implementing it in a budget style of production work. Also, we end up with I believe this is milled titanium clip, which is an option you find typically on higher end knives, which I'm glad to see that we have that here. We end up with, let's see if I can show you, it may be hard to do on camera, but there are extensive milling in the steel scales. You can see these little triangles cut out of it. So the knife itself is pretty lightweight. Like they did a really good job at weight reduction by doing that. So it feels, I don't have my scales handy, but it feels really lightweight. The thumb studs, decent thumb studs, not my favorite. So the way they've done the thumb studs, again, we're going to try to close up, is they're like a lot of examples like this. They're little barrels, and then it goes into a pyramid on top, and then basically the ridges of this pyramid serve as the friction points for when you're opening it. So you can get your thumb against the barrel spacer, but like if you have a decent sized thumb like an adult would, you're not going to be able to get your thumb down there, but you can get it on these things. And this reminds me of kind of like Chris Reeves style of thumb openings that have that conical pyramid. The ones that I like much more, let me show you an example. So this is the Lucas P by Weir Knives, and this is so it's still a barrel, so you can see it's kind of like a cylinder, but each of these grooves, it's cut fairly sharp. So the friction comes by putting your fingers or your thumb against each of these little grooves and it catching the skin and allowing you to flick it out. So being able to flick it like this versus a reverse flick, it's going to catch, and to me feels better. Some people may prefer this, but these little pyramids on the top, I don't feel provides as much friction. Like, yes, I'm not going to fail deploying this. No, like that's not where I'm coming at with this. It's just the feel is different. And the ultra milling on the barrel spacer or the barrel thumb studs on higher end knives does feel better, but they are higher end. Another trade-off here is going to be the blade steel. So we end up with ARPM9, something like that. ARPM9, which it's a powder metallurgy steel. So it is going to be it's going to be a decent steel. This isn't a trash steel, but it is going to be softer than your M390s and Magna Cuts, and it is going to require more sharpening. But they did a good job with the stonewash. So we have stonewash bolster, stonewash blade, stonewash clip. I like the theme they have going here. I wish they had stonewashed the screws on here. And speaking of that, just looking at it on this axis, I can see that the screws stand up to different heights actually. And I wonder if they are, where's my T6? Well, we'll address that in the teardown video when we do some maintenance on it. But like the screws are all, looks like they come up to different heights. It's going to be hard to show you that because it's very minute, but I can tell it by just putting it on the profile. And I can also tell like this screw is deeper than this one just because it's higher into my thumb. The button lock. So button locks work by having this little plunge mechanism where it's got a steel barrel essentially in there, and as you push the button down, that barrel gets pushed into this other scale and allows for the blade to come out. And then once the blade is fully deployed, the spring in here pushes that barrel back out and causes the blade to stay locked in place. Man, I hope that's visible, but you get the point. So a lot of people will talk bad about button locks, about the fact that they fail more often than not, or not more often than not, but easier than other mechanisms. And I'll do a spine whack test. No, it's not. It's not going to close on me. But there are some manufacturers that have dubious levels of quality with their button locks. But I've never seen anyone complain about these. The Pyrite in general is a pretty solid knife, from my understanding. This is the first one I've held outside of going to Blade Show and playing around with the ones they had on the table. But I'm a sucker for titanium in micarta and stonewash. So when this one went on sale on Knife Center, I said, you know what, I'm in the market for one. I enjoy knives that are well done. Of course, I'm a big fan of my premium knives, but if you can do a budget knife with all the traits and qualities that I like, I'm going to be a sucker for it. So they've done some interesting things with the contouring, like right here they've contoured the titanium. Is that doing anything? Maybe. Like it's honestly not the most comfortable knife in the world. Like just bearing down on it, like the steel liners that protrude and sit a little proud of the outer scales do cut into your hand a little bit. The choil right here, maybe if you have smaller fingers than me, but like if I tried to grip into this sharp point is going to cut me, and that's just not something I'm interested in. Like with the quiet carry right